It's spooky season. I want to ask you, how do you feel about Halloween? Since it's technically this is our Halloween episode.
It is? Well, when is
Yeah.
Halloween?
Tuesday.
The 31st.
Damn, I've been so disconnected with that. How do I feel about Halloween? I mean, I think it's more for the kids, and because it's like it's a theme now in school. They have a certain day to dress up and do all that. But I think as far as like, I guess internet culture, I think the girls, the ladies, I should say, kind of. It's fun for me to watch them turn the most simple and light outfit or costume into something sexy. So each year as a man, I just get to see women transform the nurse outfit and make it sexy, or just a rabbit and make it cute. It's like, at this point, like, Halloween is for the kids and for the girls. Because as a man, you just like an admirer, a participant. You're really not involved realistically. How do you feel?
How do you feel
About Halloween?
I like Halloween. I like seeing the kids get into it because I feel like it's just
They get to play a character.
They get to play a character, exactly. As far as the older people, I think Halloween's cool because it's not like any other like religious holiday or like, I don't know, like anything that's really, you still get to spend time with people, but then just kind of turn up a little bit.
True.
So I don't know. I mess with it. I
I feel that.
Okay.
Just so you know, you could cuss on here too.
I was just about to ask.
We're
Okay.
not signed
Okay.
anywhere. You feel me?
I was just about to
We have the
ask.
freedom.
Yeah.
I really was about to let one like slip. So I was
Rated PG-13. Viewer
Rated
discretion
P-
advised.
PG-13.
Okay, cool.
For
How
sure.
I
That's
feel
out
about
there.
Halloween is I grew into like Halloween because of like ever since I moved to Palm Beach. Obviously, it's very diverse in Palm Beach, and what I realized is that there are two Caucasian holidays every year: St. Patty's Day and Halloween. When I say white people, y'all go ape shit for Halloween. Like I live in a gated community. I have seen Halloween decorations since last month.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like I see cars everywhere. People having like, you hear those woo? I hear that on Halloween week. When I say like every one of my little neighborhoods packed. When I say like America eats on Halloween.
I'll say, I mean, I would slightly disagree with that, only to add two more. I think 4th of July,
Oh, yeah, that's
you
true.
see the good old
That's a big
boys.
one.
That's true.
And
That's another one.
Christmas, like, some people deck the house out. Like, talking about they roll. Some people have all that shit in the basement or in the attic, and they bring all that shit down. And sometimes it's a competition between neighbors who's gonna have the decorations. And I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like
and
if
the
you
neighbors
add
be bringing the
Christmas,
eggnog.
Yo, I don't know. They be lit. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. The electricity bill is like going up every month for them.
I feel like black people, it's like as long as we get to eat and turn up, I think it don't matter what holiday it is. We just gonna
That's true.
just gonna be there for the good time.
That is true. But I heard, you can be like you. Can you let me know if this is true? Like I heard like a lot of Haitians can like consider that that's like you guys don't rock with Halloween. Jamaicans fuck with Halloween. unless you are like.
I think growing
Jehovah's
up, a
Witness.
lot of people associated because of the costumes and you. I'm not gonna say you cosplaying, but because of the costumes and you and some of the like villain costumes or like the devil costumes, like a lot of people don't think it's a holy holiday. You get what I'm saying? Because of certain outfit choice, costume choices. But to be honest, like I said, it's to me it's a lighthearted holiday because it's something for the kids and you know, for grown-ups to actually wear something inappropriate to go to a party and really show what they really want to do. So, I mean, I take it with a grain of salt. I don't really think too deep into it. 'Cause it's like,
I'd be
it's
enjoying
whatever.
it. But y'all need to chill on with these nun outfits. Like, come on, y'all have some respect.
Yeah.
The what outfits?
The nun outfits.
Nut outfits?
The nun.
Oh, I was like, what did you say?
Yo, your mind.
Yeah,
Your mind.
PG-13.
That's why I had to clarify. I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, they be going too much. They be doing too much. Welcome to another episode of
These are the aesthetics.
I go by the name of Cheech, aka All Around Creative, aka a leader of men, aka yeah, stop complaining, work harder, sell a brick. I don't know what to tell y'all out there. What about you, Gary?
Man, I go by the name of Gary, aka In Gary We Trust, aka World's Weakest Stomach, aka Black Creative Director,
Oh my god.
aka Podfather of Two.
Okay.
Father, I like that.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you. Finally get some
You
credit around here.
in your bag today, boy. But today we have a beautiful guest, that came to join us and stop her busy schedule to come play with us and interact with us today. We have the lovely Nicole in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let the people know what you do and a little bit about yourself.
I don't know. I'm feeling this AK thing.
AKA. You got some
Okay.
AKAs? Yeah, everybody get to have some
know.
AKAs.
Have a
What's
blast.
up? Let's do it.
Well, I'm Nicole South, aka Cold World when I spin.
Yeah.
But not J. Cole level. I'm below that.
Yeah.
But
Or you the DJ version of J. Cole.
DJ version of J. Cole.
Yeah, I like that.
AKA Nick is what they call me at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
All
All right. What do you do? Tell the people, about yourself for a little bit. We're gonna get into it more later, but
All right, for sure. Basis, my main is I dance professionally. So
Okay.
whether it be industry, I do choreo, I freestyle. I don't know, anything dance related. Also, I'm on social media, well-rounded on social media. I do a lot of dance content, but I also just like to do fashion. I like to show about like personal development and health, just everything mind, body, soul that I could do. I'll put that out there. I just started DJing, like I was mentioning earlier, but
That's
I've
what's
only been spinning for dance battles, which is crazy because I thought I was gonna start and get into like lounges and clubs, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna turn up all of Miami. No, straight dance battles.
I mean, it's a start. You never know where that might take
Yeah.
you. But I will say though, I do applaud the fact that you chose to be a DJ. I feel like we need more women music curators because, like I said, the goal at any party that I've thrown or any event that I've thrown or the goal with any event, honestly, especially Miami area, is we want to get the ladies involved. We want to get pretty women
Right.
around here. We want to get people to come in and have a good time. And a pivotal part of that is bringing some good energy around. And I feel like a woman knows what it takes for other women to come out and what other women want to hear. So I think,
Felt that,
I
felt
love, to see more women in that space.
Yes, thank you. I
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure.
that.
Keep going with it. That's
Yeah,
what's
for
up.
sure. Hopefully, when you on Boiler Room, just send us an invite.
Yo,
Sure.
Boiler Room it's on. Like the picture is printed out already up on the board, the vision board.
Okay.
So
That's what's
we will get there.
You gonna
we
get
will
there,
get there
for
soon.
sure.
Get there for
Got
sure.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shouts out to the homie Caleb. I know you remember Caleb.
Yeah, for
When
sure.
we was at the hookah lounge, we just walk in, everyone's chilling. You see dude doing head spins in the middle of the room.
That's crazy.
Yo, so-
Caleb, I know Caleb.
Oh yeah. That's the homie.
Shout out Caleb.
That's the homie.
But yeah, every week we like to start with the same question, pretty much. How's everyone feeling? How's the week treating you? How's your mental health? And rate your week so far from a scale of 1 to 10. I'll start with you, and just let me know how you're feeling, like how the week has been so far to you.
Okay. I would say honestly weak. Not to sound like negative about it. I would say it's 6.5, 7
Perfect.
for right now.
That's honest. Okay.
Yes. There's been a lot of like mental creative blocks. There's been a little bit of self-doubt that's been circulating throughout this week so far. But there also has been a lot of realization.
Mhm.
So actually, let's bump it up to a 7.5 then. If I
Okay.
think about it like that, like there's a lot that I've learned that I could put into effect. I have a lot of gigs coming up this weekend to where I'm excited to chill with everybody, turn everybody up, just dance, get a vibe.
Oh shit!
So,
yeah, let's
yeah.
get to the money this weekend.
Yeah, I think,
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. You bumped up your rating as you thought about how your week is going.
Yeah, it was like let me be real. Like it's been good.
It's true.
Okay.
Okay. How about you, Gary?
For me, my week, I would say it was probably like it would be an 8.5 if it wasn't for my stomach doing backflips today. But
Millie Rock.
I would say an 8. 8 is pretty fair. I had a really good weekend. I was actually outside all weekend, which is rare for me. 'Cause I'm usually inside the house. I'm a homebody.
I heard. I watched a couple episodes.
Oh, okay. It's just a narrative now. But yeah, like I went out. I literally at my job because yes, even though to the haters that watch this, yes, we do have jobs because there's a lot of comments saying all you gotta do is just talk shit for a living and get a real job. But we have real jobs too, you know. Like my daily tasks switched around, so like I'm in like a less stressful like kind of like environment now at my job. So like yeah, I really can't complain too much.
Mm-hmm. As far as me, I've been kind of transparent about it in the last few episodes. I'm having some car issues, so I might end up having to get a new car, which is not the ideal time of the year to do that because, you know, the market for cars is really high right now, and everybody is looking to take advantage of you anywhere you go because, you know, people are fishing for that sale and everybody's pitching something to you because everybody out here trying to make that Christmas money, get that Christmas bonus. So something you would have bought for 20 grand is now 25 grand, 30 grand. So, you know, thank God for Uber. Thank God for reliable friends. Thank God for the rental companies I've been getting by. But if I have to rate my week so far, honestly, I'm at a 7.5, 8. I mean, besides the normal day-to-day shit, I'm fine mentally. Like, I mean, it's cool. I'm just looking on the brighter side of things. I'm good, man. I was excited to come here and chop it up with y'all. So it's like a stress relief for me.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I saw like a clip before we like get into everything. I saw a clip like earlier this week, and it's like when you're like in your like mid to late 20s, you're kind of in a stage where in your life where it's like no matter how much money you got or how broke you are, it's good to wear protection. Don't break the law.
That's key.
Because you can't afford either at that stage of your life.
1000%. That's solid advice. Yeah,
Perfect
solid
advice.
That's great.
Literally. So anything you do that can cause more money, don't do it.
True.
It's valid.
Mm-hmm. So where we
Y'all heard?
where we start
All
today?
right. Well, we are gonna start with music. Peezy. Ish. There's an artist, Detroit-based artist by the name of Peezy. He dropped an album a few weeks ago called Ghetto. We fuck with Peezy. He has that Detroit sound, that gritty sound that we like, that rapping off key thing that the industry now is obsessed with. But, you know, he had some interesting takes after his album release. He was pretty much highlighting the amount of people, his close circle. He was noticing people that was showing him love and people that wasn't, and he had a lot to say on the internet. And to a certain degree, I agree with him, but I want to hear everyone's take on pretty much your reactions to the initial statements, which is, hey, I dropped an album. If you fuck with me and I see you from the day-to-day, you my family, you my close friend, we interact. If I don't catch you posting my album, I'm unfollowing you. Don't ask me for shit. Leave me alone. You know, this, that, and the third. How do you guys feel about his reaction, I guess, to the amount of support he's been getting for his latest project?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you want to start? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go first. Shoot. So the funny thing is that I brought this topic to light a little bit on the show is because like I don't know if you guys are aware of like Lil Jupiter. He's like kind of like a mood page on Instagram. And like he reposted the video, and then basically for everyone to have their reactions to it, I made a comment and apparently got like I think I got like the most likes like out of all of them. And obviously when you have a comment when it's the highest likes, you get a lot of good and then negative reactions.
Yep.
So like I personally said that like actually if I wanted to like read it specifically, since I'm talking about it, might as well read the comment. So I said, oh shoot, my bad. So I'm going to read it as we speak. I said, I feel him, but as a creator myself, my issues with posts like this is that you got to focus on who is supporting you rather than who is not. And the reason why I say that for me is that, like, granted, I'm grateful to say I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of people that care about me, and everyone that knows me knows that I do podcasts. I have this podcast and I have my sneaker podcast as well. Obviously, if I put out a lot of content, so I'm not really expecting everyone to like post every day, say, hey, my homie Gary just like he posted this clip, he did this episode, go peep it, go peep it, go peep it. And like even when I get outside my house, I'm not asking, yo, you see that? You see my latest episode? Did you see that? I'm gonna know if you fuck with it or not, because like usually when I go out, people are like, hey, yo, I see you doing your thing, or I seen that latest episode you dropped. So I kind of just appreciate the support I already have and not really seek more of it. Obviously, I try to grow my brand, but it's like I don't really scrutinize my loved ones or people around me because they don't really, I guess, promote what I do specifically.
And to a certain degree, they don't owe you that anyway.
Exactly. And then obviously with Peezy, he was talking about how like, hey man, like all the people that's been hitting me up, my day ones, if you ain't posting my album, just unfollow me, this and that. Which is like, I understand like the frustration. When you're a creator, you're frustrated a lot. For sure.
All the time.
Especially when
sensitive.
especially like when you want to just get your point across and you see that people are not seeing your vision, you're gonna go crazy eventually at some point. So I think Peezy just had like one of those moments where it's like that Tony Montana moment, like I don't need nobody, this and that. And like we're all gonna get to that point, but what I tell people is this: try not to seek other people's like support as much. If it's there, accept it, but don't really depend on other people as well. And even if I told this to Cheech all the time, it's like, this podcast is going to be so good where it's like even the people that ignore us, we're going to become so big in the community is that it's going to be hard to ignore us.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah.
Before I throw the ball to Nicole, what I want to say is I agree with everything he's saying. And I'm only basing it on the fact that he was targeting his close circle. Meaning like people that call him when they need help, people he shows up for. I have a motto: show up for me how you want me to show up for you. Like, granted, he's a hip-hop artist. He's making millions of dollars. He's getting thousands of dollars per show. He doesn't have to focus on that micro part of his day, which is seeing who fucks with him, who's not. But at the same time, like, these are people that probably are hitting them up when they need money. When they're going through something, you don't know how much money he's sending back home to friends and family to do funerals, birthdays, Christmas gifts. So it's like, how do you guys think this money is made? I make music. So when the music comes out, it has to be promoted. Yes, I have a job to do. I have a team. The label has a job to do. They have a team. But just like you guys want to dick ride and want to wear designer, want to be next to me when I come to the hood, want to tell everybody that you my cousin and we're related, I want to see the support. I'm not saying I'm not saying you have to expect it or he expect it to the degree of like any song I drop, post it, tag me, pin it on your page. That's a little extreme and much. But if my album comes out, it would be nice to see that my close friends are fucking with it or pushing it. You feel me? Because especially if I didn't throw a listening party, sometimes as an artist, you are so sensitive and you so overprotective over your art that it feels good for your close circle, the people that know you most, the people you went to school with, the people, your family, close friends. If they give you their organic feedback, that means more than strangers. I hate to say it, but it's like somebody that grew up with me, see how far I came. If they say, man, I'm so proud of you, congratulations, it means more than a stranger on the internet saying, yo, good looks. Like, yo, you dope, you great, keep up the good work. Because, like, I actually know this guy. Like, I know his mom. I used to go to his house for Thanksgiving. Like, you get what I'm saying? We walked to school together. So, like I said, my thing is support is support. Like to support somebody today in the media space is easier than ever. Like, you could follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, tag me when it's something positive, like a post, share a post. Like, I don't have to see it. But if you do it enough that I know you do it, when you don't do it, I'm not going to notice because I always see when you do it. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, a lot of these artists are treating their album, their project, even if you paint, you dance, whatever it is, it's considered a baby when you give it to the world. You get what I'm saying? Because you took time, and there's a lot of sweat, blood, and tears you put in this project. So, like I said, I don't think it's selfish and egotistical of him to want the support of people that want his support. So if you get to call me whenever you want, whenever I got something going on, you better show up for me. And that's just how I am. And maybe I'm petty to that degree, but yeah. I'm cutting all y'all off. Because like I said, this money has to be made. Like, I don't just get to be rich.
No,
I don't
you're right.
get to
You're
keep
right.
making money. The money doesn't come to me. Like the money come, I make more money the more notoriety I get as an artist. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? The more my fan base grows, the more I'm accessible and available in different markets. So if you're not helping me push my brand, I'm stagnant, then now you're gonna be the same people that's gonna say, "Oh, you fell off. You was on top, now you falling off." So it's like you can't win. So,
I feel logical.
but what I want to toss to you is you dance, you are creative. So how do you feel about support, and what are ways that somebody could show support to your craft that you deem like acceptable or cool? To a certain degree.
I will say what you said earlier about focusing on who's supporting you instead of the support that you're not getting from certain people. One of my big sisters in dance, she told me the same thing because I came to her speaking on people that were like really in my circle, like talking about we're cutting up every single day, we're creating every single day, working every single day together, like for our personal careers, and then we're also helping each other. So I would have thought that, you know, these people would support me the way that I supported them. And then when that wasn't happening, I looked for a lot of external validation at that point. And then she reminded me, she was like, Nick, you got to tap in because it doesn't matter who's supporting you, but it's like you're looking at all the wrong places for your support when you have so much support like at home. She's like, if you look around at the people that really support you right now, she was like, you got to take that and do what you can with it. But it was also like when you were talking about that if you have an album, it would be nice for people to share it, maybe repost it one time, a like, a comment, anything that they could do, sure. But again, if you're releasing like singles, let's say like every week for a month, you're releasing like a new track.
Yeah, that would be different.
Yeah, it's different because it's like people are not my PR team. They're not like, they don't do my promos for me.
And I'm not
like,
paying them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like I think it's a really weird topic for me too, having being blessed with a platform and then being blessed with people who do support all of my crafts. It's really weird because I have a lot of family that I know they support me 200%, like 20 toes down, they support me, right? But my family usually don't repost or they don't be in my comments, they don't be in my likes, but they'll see what I'm doing.
But see, that's different for me because your family probably is from a different generation. They probably don't know how social media work. I'm not saying all of them do because you know, I have older people, because I have older people in my family that don't know how Instagram work, that don't know how TikTok work. They don't know how to log in and even share something that I'm doing. But if I hear from my mom, like, son, I'm praying for you, I see that you're working hard, that's all I need. I need something from you to acknowledge, if you fuck with me, that, hey, you got my back in some way, shape, or form. Like, I'm so, I guess, maybe I'm weird to that extent. If you telling me you praying for me, that's enough. If you show up to one of my events, that's enough. Like, to me, it doesn't really just like, you don't have to like everything. You don't have to support everything. You don't have to share everything. But I need to physically see you sometimes so I could feel like, okay, cool, thanks. Right. Especially if we're like this.
Am I
like this is different.
Am I the weird one over here where it's like, I think I'm one of the few people that doesn't want everybody's support? Am I weird in that sense? Because like,
but he's not talking to everybody.
So. No. Like I'm just saying, as far as like with support, like you brought up like your family, they support you and everything. It's like the content that I put out is that like I found out that like my cousin's grandparent watches my episodes, and I'm like, yo, we be talking about pussy in here sometimes.
What?
You're like, yo, like even though like I'm thankful for the view, but it's like, grandma, I didn't really want the support from you in this aspect right
like,
here.
Forgive me,
because like one of my aunts hit me up and saying, Gary, I love you. You sound you're so articulate. You sound so educated. We talk about what you talk about, but man, you got a sailor's mouth on you.
Whoa, yep.
I didn't know you can curse like that. But I'm like, I appreciate it, but it's like when it comes to like what I put out, I kind of want to at least get the support to try to build a core audience I guess that's just how I view things. I'm just focusing on the core audience. If you don't post it, you ain't part of my core audience. Like, look at Frank Ocean. Everybody, every time Frank Ocean come out and post anything, nigga, you ain't dropping no music. What the hell you doing? His core audience is like, we waiting we wait patiently. Same thing with Rihanna's audience.
Yep, I was just gonna say Rihanna. Oh my goodness.
But I feel like you talking to people that are global at a certain, like, you at a point in your career where it's like it's undeniable your influence is there, and you got other shit going on. You get what I'm saying? So
And he richer than
Rihanna,
him.
for example, Rihanna got Fenty going on. So even if she's not dropping music, the girls are running to go buy lingerie from Fenty, makeup from
Makeup,
Fenty. So Frank Ocean, he has some gay strip clubs and gay bars in New York. He came up with some sex toys a few years ago
got
and
the
shit
Homer
like
brand.
that. So it's like he doesn't need valid, like he has different lanes that he could go to feel the love, and he's trying to diversify his business portfolio and all that. But for a rapper, up and coming rapper like Peezy, who's still kind of underground and trying to get to the mainstream level, I feel like it's like a SoundCloud rapper. Like, it's dope that I have 10,000 listeners a month, but if my music can reflect on Spotify and get out of here and be exposed to a bigger audience or Apple Music, it would feel good. You get what I'm saying?
No,
and I
that's
think
valid.
in the building stages for anybody, I feel like everything counts. Every little, like, and sometimes the last thing I'm gonna say to not drag this too long is I feel like sometimes, just like you open up the show with, you get to a point as a creative where you could be dealing with self-doubt. You could be dealing with insecurity. You could be dealing with depression, or, you know, you could be in an artist funk. So it's like, but the people that support you, that one phone call that you get out the blue, that one comment that you log on Instagram and see, that celebrity or that person you didn't expect that shared your page and sent it to somebody else, or somebody that ran up to you, you know, in the street, that could literally lift your spirits up, and now you got a whole different battery on your fucking back to keep going. So I'm not gonna ever discount, like, that type of support. That's just my opinion. But two things can be true, and we try to have elevated conversations. But I do agree with both of you on the point that you should focus on the positive and not the negative.
Nigga, you rich. You getting support clearly.
Oh man. Our next topic. Do you wanna go ahead and break it up?
Yeah. So Michael Irvin was on Undisputed, obviously, and he was talking about his son, and then he ended up basically talking about how, like, people are just, like, not living up to their truth. And he exposes his son. It was very unwarranted, by the way. It was kind of like his son caught a big stray on national TV. He's saying how, like, my son be out here, he with his rap career, he's rapping about the stuff that I went through, and he don't really go through. You in a gated community and all that stuff. Basically, like, put his son on blast, quote unquote. And so I guess the conversation is that, like, was Michael Irvin wrong in what he did, or did he have a point? I'm gonna say is, like, to be honest, if I'm Michael Irvin, if I'm up millions, and if I'm rich and I have a successful career and I wanted a specific life for my children, hell yeah, I'm gonna expose your ass, because, nigga, I don't want you to be freaking out here, like, rapping and, like, first of all, rapping shit that you're not doing in real life. That's one. And on top of it is, like, yo, fam, you rapping like you, like, literally, you, like, living on 8 Mile. Like, bro, like, you live in a gated community. You literally have a choice to go to school. I literally have everything paved out for you. Not saying that, like, you can live your life, but I'm saying is I just don't want you to, like, basically.
What if he wants to do music?
Basically, but he wants to do music. That's fine. There's a lot of, like, dope ways to do music. Like, get your bars up. Like, there's people like, even though some people call him corny, you have, like, Corday. You have Chance the Rapper. You even have, like, Travis Scott, and Travis Scott's not from the hood. He's like, he says that he had his family in his life, and look where his career is now. Just find your own lane. But as far as, like, if you making music like, oh, like, I'm killing nigga, popping this and that, like, drinking lean, this and that, that's not you. Just be yourself, and then, like, obviously audience can, like, feel the authenticity. Like, when I first heard ESTG, I knew that nigga was a gangster. When I first heard 21 Savage, I knew that nigga was a gangster. But when I hear someone like 6ix9ine, it's like, fam.
I feel that.
Really? Like,
take.
we can hear, but, like, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay. See, I'm gonna stand on the other side of that. I think we're gonna disagree a lot today. But
That's what
I stand
podcasts are
on the
for.
other side of that. I think, one, as a parent, you're supposed to support your kids no matter what. I would say I would guide them in a different way to a certain extent. Like, for example, if my son is not, like, I guess his lyrical content is not up to par, I would encourage him. Like, I would, because he has enough money. Yo, you can hire Metro. You could put him in the studio with certain producers and certain artists. You could do like a writing camp for your son. You can hire somebody like, what's the dude that was writing for Megan Thee Stallion? Party. You could hire people. There's people in the industry that exist that can literally help shape your career.
Cost
you get what
money,
I'm saying?
but worth it.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying, like, I'd rather invest in my son. So until he figures out that he's really not good at this and he wants to choose something else, versus me discouraging him on national TV. Because if we keeping it a buck, Michael Irvin, you're not being your true self. Because what 50-plus-year-old man, you keep dyeing your hair for national TV, your hair is not black at your age. You keep using Beijing every week. So you're not being your true self, too, if we keeping it a buck. So get the fuck out of here. Stop hating on your son. So my thing is, I don't like that. That's not cool. Like, I would approach it if my kid was trying to rap. Hey, son, I don't think that subject matter reflects your lifestyle. What can I do to make this better? How can I invest? Studio equipment? Should I hire somebody to help you write? You know, do you need me to send you? It's just different shit I would do until you figure out, like, okay, cool, this is not for me. And then, because it's like, as a kid, even going to college, like, how many people started at one major, then 2 years in, switch it up and want to do something completely different? You get what I'm saying? And kids at his age, at his son's age, they're easily influenced. Hip hop is the #1 genre for a reason. It's very influential. You get what I'm saying? And now any little dance and any little crazy beat can send you over the top and can blow you up. Any little TikTok video that goes viral, you already signed a record deal. So it's like, young kids are in school like, oh shit, Yachty got signed at 17, 18. I could do it too. He's not that lyrical. He's not a genius. He made it. He's getting bitches that have making millions of dollars. Why can't I do it?
Hey, Nicole,
Right.
before you go, I'm just gonna say one thing is, like, I am definitely going to be the where did I go wrong parent for sure. I know that. I know that in the future. But please give your take. I'm going to be that parent.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a little out of pocket that he said what he said about his own son
Crazy.
on national television, like looking like he's on the news. Like, I don't know what platform he was on.
It
But,
was a sports network.
oh, okay.
So
Even the sports network, like, there's mad people watching that, and it's like your blood child, you threw him right under the bus, like, no hesitation. I will say I really do agree with the guidance, because if I would have heard like what my kid is rapping about, and I'd be like sitting there like, that didn't happen, you didn't do that, you didn't go through that, and I'd be like, and you're trying to put this out to the world for people to perceive you as like you living this lifestyle that you really have no business like even
I would
talking
laugh.
about.
I would hear the song, knock on his room door, and be like, "Fam." I said, "You ate noodles today? You just had steak and lobster? Like, what's going? Like, are you crazy?" I think it would be so comical that we would build a bond just by me shitting on him in the house and making fun of what he's doing until he gets better.
Yeah.
I would clown my son so much in the house that you would have to either quit or get better. But that's as far out would go. But I would not do that on fucking national TV.
Nah, national TV is crazy. But I will say, like, I don't really mess with the whole thing of people trying to, if we're talking about like rappers or artists trying to put out lyrics about stuff that they personally have not gone through, because I'm like, they're probably trying to reach a certain audience, which is like, I understand. But then also there's so many artists out there that have made it just speaking on, like, even if they had the privilege of growing up somewhere nice in a gated community, and then maybe they could speak on like a friend's experience, or like just if they're in a community, like if you're in the artist community, there's so many people around that like just go through so much shit that it's like you're then stepping into their shoes, and then the next person, and it's like, I don't know.
A big part of hip hop is storytelling. So
it is.
You don't necessarily have to tell your story. You could talk about what you've seen and what you've been around.
Literally,
Yeah.
like,
See,
yeah.
The thing is with me is because I was raised a certain way. It's like my mom does like very well. My mom works her ass off, and my mom has no issue telling me and my sister. She told my sister verbatim, "I put you in a nice gated community, A-list high school. If you bring any nigga in here with dreads."
What?
No disrespect.
That's funny as fuck. Oh, that's a true Caribbean parent, though.
No disrespect to people with dreads, obviously. But you know what my mama told me? Gary, I put you in a gated community. I put you in the best neighborhoods God can give you. If I see you bring any girl in here with some freaking colored hair, with some freaking lashes bigger than her face, we gonna have issues.
That's crazy.
But it's parenting. Like I'm honestly, if I'm a
style
father,
of parenting.
if I'm a father, you know how tight I'm gonna be if I literally raised my kids in Boca and they freaking dating somebody in Blue Heron or Riviera.
Oh shit! Oh, shout out to the lovely ladies.
You know,
in Blue Heron
and obviously a lot of people don't know Palm Beach. So let me bring it to more like local regions.
45th Street. What up?
Fam, if I'm living in Aventura and my child is dating somebody in freaking Pokem Beans. Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong?
To close this out and to not harp on this for too long, you do know there's a part of childhood, like there's the rebellious part of childhood where it's like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You old. You think you know it all. Like, kids are going to get influenced by their friends. Like, I didn't get exposed to alcohol, weed, from my parents. No, I was hanging out with friends after school. I was going to parties. Like, that's when I discovered porn. That's when I discovered weed, alcohol. But I'm saying though, it's facts. Like, you didn't rush to tell your mom every little thing you found out as a kid because you think like you know it all. You think like, oh, my parents are not gonna know. My parents are not cool enough. So I think like there's only so much you can protect your kids from. So I think the best thing to do. And the best thing I encourage people to do around me that are parents is to be as transparent with your kids as possible. Mm-hmm. Show them that you can relate to what they're going through and you've been there. And also create a space, a non-judgmental space where they could come to you and be vulnerable so they could share with you what's going on. Like there's a trend on Twitter that I saw for a while where I saw like even people finding out their mom went to Freaknik. So now the kids now are like, oh my God, my mom was busting it open at Freaknik in 98. Wow. So it's like, now when I want to go shake my ass in the club, I don't feel bad because now mom, look, there's a picture of you doing the same thing that I did. Now your mom could be like, okay, I was on drugs or I was in a bad space in life or I was associated with the wrong friends, but still, it's an avenue where you guys can explore and something that you guys can relate on and then it could build from a conversation and go beyond that.
I'm with it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's my yeah. You wildin' today. You are very serious and strict. Like you got a kid on the way, son. What's going on? Like you are like putting your foot down.
I don't want to get into but first of all, I'm all about have a fucking opinion. If you have an opinion,
I respect it.
Don't treat it as it's a fact. But people just get pissed at me because I have my own freaking opinion. It's cool.
It just it sounds a little stern today. Like it seems like you're gonna rule with an iron fist if you're a parent. I mean,
you're passionate. It's good.
Yeah,
it's not a bad
crazy.
thing.
He's the most laid back guy that I know. What? So he don't even strike me as a parent that's gonna be like, "Hey, what y'all doing in there?" Like
it's that spooky season. It does it to you.
I'm just gonna be that parent. Is like, yo, when you leave the house, don't embarrass me. That's all I ask.
I respect that.
I'm gonna be. That's all I ask.
I'll be like, respect yourself.
Respect the last name.
Respect the family. Yeah.
For real.
Bring honor.
Oh man. All right.
Ooh, hot topic.
Woo! Hot topic. All week. There's been a trending list on social media. Actually, it started a few weeks ago. A girl did a skit. A guy took her to the Cheesecake Factory. She refused to get out the car. And that was a big conversation on social media on where people should take people on the first date, right? So last week, it started last week. And coming in this week currently, there's a list that got created. I don't know if the Women Community International, some sort of association put this list together. Lonely bitches or bougie bitches. A group of women, I'll assume, put this list together. And it's a very interesting list. Gary, do you mind reading some of the places on the list that women refuse to go on a date or on a first date?
Absolutely.
Or at all?
Absolutely. So yeah, so this list, the top 5 was number 1 was Cheesecake Factory. You can't bring someone to Cheesecake Factory apparently. Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle. If you bring someone to Chipotle on a first date, like that's not even a one night stand. You just trying to get something in the car. Then you have like Olive Garden.
Look at Terrence shaking his head like, I mean,
I wasn't trying to.
Instigating over there.
I wasn't trying to put the audience on blast sheet.
oh my God.
The one that got me tight is that you can't bring someone to Buffalo Wild Wings on the first date, because that's actually where I brought my girlfriend of 6 years on the first date, was Buffalo Wild Wings. So that was we're gonna get into that.
We're getting it.
Someone said church. You can't bring someone to church on the
Oh, I
first date.
love church. Yo, Jesus, whoever put that on there, Jesus, you know what to do.
Strike them.
Someone says Starbucks coffee dates. Clearly, they're not in the tri-state area. Family functions. That's its own. That's its own topic right there.
Unless you fine, then it's a different conversation, girl.
Waffle
you get
House.
to eat
First
here and
date,
take
though?
a plate home. What?
I know. Like I got some people in the family that do that as a first date, as like an introduction. But that's what. Obviously, we have a woman here, so I would love to get your opinion first on
Facts.
like where can a man where can't a man bring you on his first date?
I'm not gonna lie, unless it's like for me personally, I can't speak on all the women out there.
You're the woman here. You gotta speak for all the women, joke.
I'm like, nah, cause me and like, there's a lot of different perspectives that women have nowadays in
cultural
general.
differences as well.
Very much. So, I will say, I don't know, Chipotle. It depends. If it's like like a beach day, hit Chipotle, hit something else after.
Context.
Like yeah, with context, Also, Buffalo Wild Wings. I love wings. I would never, ever say no to wings. So I don't agree with that one. But there's not really a lot of places that I wouldn't agree to go to on a first date, as long as it's not like don't bring me to South Beach. It's a little ratchet over there. Don't bring me somewhere it's not gonna be safe. Don't bring me to like
No tats at 3 o'clock in the morning.
no like clubs and this and that. Like, you're not really trying to, get to know me. You're just trying to go out with me on your arm. Yeah, so it's
Understandable.
anywhere
Makes
to
sense.
where
That
it's
makes
like
sense.
it's like we could really cut up and chill.
And have a conversation.
Anything.
Yeah.
We could be like
the
checking
beach
out
a
the
good spot?
holiday parades. I don't know.
I don't think the beach was on the list. No, it wasn't.
The
on
beach
the list.
is a picnic as a first date is not a bad idea. So
At
I
all.
would.
They might call you a simp, but yeah.
No.
I've done
I-
one. What? Them shits are fire. Are you crazy?
Did it last long?
Valid.
My shit was decked out.
Did it last long?
Did what? The date? Yeah, it was. But I didn't go in. Like I didn't go by the water and the sand. There was some tables on the side. I put on like a beach towel, like a tablecloth on top of the
Yeah.
thing. I bought some flowers, brought some drinks, made some mimosas and shit. It was a vibe.
Wow.
But yeah, it was creative at the time. I might put a video under here if if it gets to that
Please
point.
find
But,
the video, please. I'm begging you.
But
so
I
nice,
mean,
though.
Gary, Jesus Christ. What's your reaction to all this? Because, I want to go last.
What I would say is like, clearly with all these women that made this list is single. I'm gonna put that out there.
Okay.
But like, as far as like the Cheesecake Factory, I don't have an issue with the Cheesecake Factory. By the way, you really bougie if you like hate the Cheesecake Factory as like a first date. Even Drake's put in a song like, "Hey, like why we gotta argue at Cheesecake? You know I love to go there." Like what I love about Cheesecake is like it's not as expensive. It can be expensive, especially to the women that love to drink. But as far as like if you want some form of fine dining but you don't want to break the bank, the Cheesecake is like very like standard for
Oh
sure.
my gosh, it's the perfect in between.
Absolutely. But like I don't know, this is just like insane. Like I don't think like every fly dude, especially like in the city where it's like especially the type of chick that you're going for, you kind of have an awareness. If she has like 11,000, 12, 20,000, 30,000, I'll probably go like let's bring her to Grotto, Elizabetta's. But like as far as like someone who's not like as like prissy, she's like a cool down to chick, especially if a girl she's wearing Nike Dunks on the first date. I think she'd be cool going to like kind of like a Buffalo Wild Wings or a nice little sports bar.
You a wild boy. But okay.
Sports bar is valid. Duffy's, they got 2 for $12 drinks. So
See.
I went on the first date at Duffy's at one point.
Even
Duffy's
though,
is nice.
but there's some rules when you take a girl to a sports bar though. You can't be too focused on the game, and a lot of men fuck up on that part.
And ladies, don't do anything to test this gangster and get him into a bar fight. I will say that. Because we're not here to see if I could fight or not.
Low key, taking a girl to like a sports bar, you can actually find like the toxicity a little bit faster. Because like obviously it gets a little rough in that parking lot. So what she says, you just gonna let him just take you up that spot like that? Strike 1 and 2.
No.
And I actually like places like Duffy's because, like, bitch, how many margaritas are you gonna have sitting down here? Like, if you have 20 margaritas back to back, you have an alcohol problem. And, you know, we have bigger fish to fry besides. Like,
turns into an
I'm going to
intervention.
sign you into Alcohol Anonymous as we leave here. This is, you wanted a stress relief. You didn't want a date. But I will say, first of all, this list is atrocious. I want to start with that. I want to make it very clear that you ladies are not looking for a compatible partner. You guys are not even looking for somebody you can have a conversation with. What are you looking for? You're looking for somebody that can afford you or somebody that can take you on a date. So that's question number 1, right? And number 2, what's your partner's availability and time schedule? Because if I work in the afternoon, I would like to take you in the morning somewhere at a breakfast spot, at a brunch spot. If I work in the mornings, I get off in the afternoon, I would like to take you to dinner. And if I work midday and I close at my job, I might have to take you somewhere late at night. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If the comfortability and all that good stuff is there, right? I think when you choose to go out on a date with somebody, your primary goal should be to see if you guys are compatible, if the energy is there, the chemistry is there, if you guys are able to talk, if you guys are able to get goofy around each other. You know, you're just trying to just pay attention to personality traits and certain toxic traits, certain red flags. I don't think the time, not the time, I guess I don't think the place matters that much. But I will say, to shoot you ladies some bail, it depends on you guys' age as well. That plays a big part. Because if you 30 plus, you can't be taking no woman on the first date at Chili's. Now, if you guys are dating and you guys are hanging out, you know, you guys plan on just chilling at the crib and you just want a quick bite to eat, yeah, Duffy's, Chili's, Applebee's, all these things are applicable. But I feel like it varies by age. If I'm when I was super young in high school, my go-to dates were Cheesecake Factory and movies. Cheddars, you get what I'm saying, and Chili's and stuff like that. But the older I get, the more I'm exposed to, the more information I've gotten, and the more quality women that I want to date up the ladder. It's just like first impression matters. You get what I'm saying? So I want to make a big first impression, and I want to be able to take you somewhere nice so you could see, like, I guess what pedestal I'm putting you on and how important I'm taking this. So I think that matters. That's the only bail I'm willing to shoot you ladies. But other than that, you guys' priority is fucked up if you're going on a date. Because now, I think what that does, and that's the last thing I'm going to say, Gary, I know I'm dragging this. I think a lot of guys, because women complain that dudes are no longer creative. And I think they can't be creative because now they have a budget in mind. You get what I'm saying? If I gotta find a 5-star restaurant, I gotta look at the prices of the menu and come up with a budget for you. That takes all the fun and the creative, I guess, energy out of the date. Like, the cheaper the date, ladies and gentlemen, it's a trick, free game. The cheaper the date, the more shit you could do, the more of a layered date you could have. Like, I'm big on doing something interactive. Obviously, we're going to eat, so you don't have to question, oh, my God, are we going to eat? Like, yes, I want to do something interactive to see if we could work together, like axe throwing, rage room, whatever, bowling, skating, whatever, as we, just to see where your energy is at, if we're able to tag team on a project or something, then obviously we're going to go out to eat. And then we might end the night, you know, going to a bar or walking by the water or going to a park or something like that. So I just feel like the cheaper the date, the more you could do, and the more creative you get to see the guy being too, because it's like you could do multiple things in one sitting. So
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
And my last opinion on like the list, someone put you can't like a first date can't be at the guy's house. I'm gonna say I think it's only inappropriate if he's not cooking. If he's cooking, I think that's appropriate.
I think so.
I love that point.
Yes.
I think that's
And it
appropriate.
depends who the guy is. A lot of y'all would go to Drake's house for a first date, so shut up. I don't want to hear that. Y'all would go to see
shoot.
Chris Brown.
It
Y'all would go,
it's a
stop.
castle.
Cut it
It's a
out.
castle.
Yeah,
It's not really
cut
a
it out,
house.
yeah.
It's like Drake's house is bigger than a mall. Like
Yeah,
Nah, for real.
but see, my thing is like women would have certain boundaries, but they'll. It's
Yeah.
Last episode.
they'll find a loophole in there if you Floyd Mayweather. They'll find a
No.
loophole.
Or if he's Kevin Gates.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing a celebrity
No,
name out
that is
there.
that is it is
yeah.
a thing though. I
So
feel like that is
all
a
that
thing.
capping, shorty, you don't have to do that because
Yeah. People have very, very different standards nowadays.
very true.
I don't know. A lot of the stuff that I hear though are like, I'm not saying not to have, you know, high standards. I'm not saying to lower the standards, but some of the shit I be hearing, I'm like, what, girl, what? You're trying to ask him to like go to the moon, get you all these fucking rocks, come back, handcraft you like a necklace made out of it. I don't know. And then I feel like a lot of places on these lists are valid for first date. And then, like you said, you could also get creative. Like I said, going to Chipotle, we go to the beach. We're like looking for crabs. We're spending time looking
Chipotle
at
can't
fish.
be the only destination.
Yeah, it can't be like the only spot.
yeah, that'd be crazy.
Meet me at Chipotle at 10:30 right before they close.
At this
Right.
at this point,
What?
you're just bringing me lunch, and
You
you're
getting
not
all
really-
like the soggiest part of the lettuce, like
That's true.
it's
That's true. Guacamole not even done like that.
it's brown at this point. Like,
My favorite topic for the week and the one I've been most excited to come here and talk about was the would you rather 500K or a dinner with Jay-Z? And I've seen so many people clown it or misunderstand the question or just make it a whole joke. And I just wanted to bring it to my people and get y'all takes on. Well, first of all, I want to know which one you would choose and just let me know why. I'll go last with this one because,
Please, 2 minutes.
well, I'll try. I'll try my best. I'm horrible when it comes to not going
Yes,
crazy.
ladies
But
first.
Ladies first.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm gonna sound real indecisive, but I think either could work. I think it depends on how long the dinner is, and like, is it like everything on the table? Like, we could talk about anything. Okay, so I think either could work because having dinner with Jay-Z is like you get to talk to him about just like, you know, little tips and tricks, and then his experiences, and then how to apply it. And then if he's messing with you and he want to work with you, that's a huge connect. But then also the 500K, like for people who we do like our own like production and like our own crafts, we could invest so much into ourselves with 500K. We could get a team. We could like build our own companies.
Get a whole studio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I don't know.
But which one are you leading most towards?
Yo.
If you had to pick one, just pick one for the sake of conversation.
Possibly
Pick
that dinner can be like, hey, Nicole, you can be one of our best choreographers for Rock Nation.
I'm not gonna lie. Just being able to talk to someone who has that much experience and that much ins and outs, I honestly think I would do the dinner.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
What about you, Sir Gary Slater III?
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's close.
All right, if we want to keep it a buck. Jay-Z, I love the Blueprint series.
The old ads are gonna fry you up.
I love Magna Carta, 4 for 4, all that. But my nigga, if I'm taking the 500,000 without even blinking an eye, fam, if I don't take the money, my girlfriend's hitting me in the face, mom's hitting me in the face, dad's hitting me in the face. My grandmother will literally get up out of her grave, slap me in the middle of the face. Fam, I'm taking the money regardless. Because obviously I'm pretty sure that the dinner with Jay-Z would be like, it would be like it would be cool, and it would be like I'll learn a lot, obviously, and learn more about business or anything I get to ask him, whatever. But the thing is like with that money, I can do so much with it. Like you just said, like I can build a studio, I can even put some other people on as well. And I think it's because I'm coming from a place like, have you ever been to Complex Con?
No.
Like I've been in certain places, thankfully, where it's like I have like crossed paths with like really famous, important people. But like obviously having a conversation, like sometimes the look, some people just care for the look. Some people just do shit like they're just for the picture. And in my personal opinion, I think I would do a little bit more with that $500,000 personally. Okay. But I am going to the Louis store, obviously once minimum.
Let us know.
For me, it was so funny because Jay-Z sat with Gayle King this week, and he broke it down, and he's such a class act when he speaks. Like, he's so humble, even though he's a fucking billionaire, that you kind of have to kind of see through what he's saying to get the gem he's trying to give you. Because I don't think he's going to flat out say it. But he was very modest about it. He was like, yeah, man, you know, all my gems and all the advice that I could give you are on the albums. Take that money, buy my albums, which is promotion, by the way. What a way to market yourself, talking about yourself, which is genius. And he was like, yeah, man, take the money and do whatever you want with it. Take the money. You'd be a fool not to take the money. Now, there's a lot of people. Well, first of all, I want to say words mean things, right? And second, a lot of people don't know about money or money management. So it doesn't matter if you have $10 million. If you don't know how to save, invest,
and spend it,
and spend, you are going to be broke in a few years or in a few days or in a few hours. Because there's going to be so much things to do, so many people pulling on your coat to do things. Like most people with a certain amount of money, they deal with private banks. They don't even deal with public banks and stuff like. So it's so many avenues and knowledge of money that our community is lacking that $500,000 in the wrong hands means nothing. Yeah, you up for one day, you're gonna have a great fucking summer, and then after a year or a few years, you out. You know, you out for your luck. I really want to focus on the part that I said that words mean things. Dinner is the word dinner. When you're having dinner with somebody, it's a very intimate setting. You don't have dinner with just anybody. I'm having dinner with Jay-Z. Am I at his house where Beyonce could be walking around?
Right.
Am I at a 5-star restaurant? Did he invite me on a yacht? Is he coming to my house? Am I going to his office? People of his stature don't just sit down with anybody. Right. You either can sit with them because they have an interest in what you're doing, they want to do business, or you work for them and they're trying to build you up to be an asset to their team and what they're trying to do, right? So I wouldn't even take the dinner or the money from Jay-Z if I don't have my own motion going on. Because when I link with Jay-Z, it would be a business conversation. Like, I would have to have something in motion to even make a decision up to that point. And I would personally pick the dinner because, like I said, dinner is something intimate. And I feel like you're not sitting with Jay-Z directly. You sitting with Rock Nation. You sitting with Ace of Spades. You sitting with Rock Nation Sports. You sitting with Jay-Z's connections.
Def Jam.
Def Jam. You sitting with anybody he's ever signed. Anybody that look up to him. So it's like his influence is huge. He's been rich, successful for so many years. He knows the best lawyers in the business. He knows the best stores to shop. He know the best. He knows probably a plug to a private plane.
He got his own plane.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like being around somebody like that with that much resources and a vast pool of just knowledge is like, dog, the $500K and the potential to make millions is pennies to the dollar. To me.
My issue with that is that people are acting like the dinner with Hove is like you're gonna be like a guaranteed industry plan.
Right.
I think that's a different conversation.
But it's how you approach it, Gary. Because if you having dinner with Jay-Z, right, or he chooses to have dinner with you. Let's just say that, because it's not like you picking to sit down with him. He's a very busy man. If he's picking to sit down with you, to share his time with you, to have dinner, I think he sees some type of potential and this conversation.
Nigga, it could be a contest.
But I'm saying at his level, he don't need to do that. That's
I
what
know.
up and coming artists do. So for me, like I would pick the dinner because, like I said, it could be a business opportunity, or just the fact that I ran my idea by Jay-Z. He told me what's wrong with what I'm doing. It's valuable. So, like I said, I would like to. It's not even a cosign at that point. It's not even a look. It's just like, yo, I had dinner with Jay-Z. Like, Jay-Z knows Robert Kraft, owners of business. It's just, like I said, you'd be a fool not to take that. But I understand the niggas that, if you want a quick flip, if you struggling and your mama's about to get put out, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm all for what's your situation too. Don't get it twisted. If your car's about to get repo, take the money. You don't have time to explore the relationship and to don't do that.
Well, fam, if you get invited to Rock Nation, you might have a +1. Holla
Yeah,
at
for
me,
sure.
but I'm taking the money.
Gang. We at Rock Nation
1000%.
brunch. But yeah, I think like I said, is you gotta read through some of those words and you gotta read through a lot of this shit because, like I said, I feel like a lot of us are not smart enough to understand certain things, and we don't look past a dollar amount. And that's what a lot of these companies do, like to buy your I guess your juice, your creative juices. Like, here's a check, do this for me. I own the content forever. Like, nobody is walking in these offices asking for equity. Nobody is walking in these offices trying to be a partner, trying to get a sponsorship, trying to, have a long-term relationship with a brand and explore where it could go for exposure for whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, yeah, that's kind of like how I feel about it.
Unfortunately, we're at the end of the episode. Nicole, where can people find you if you want the people to find you?
So on Instagram and TikTok right now, it is gonna be Nicole with 2 E's .south with 2 H's, and then everything, all my info's on there.
Got you. Catch her on Boiler Room this week.
What? Next month, Boiler Room, hit me up.
Where do you go by?
I go by the name of Cheech, a.k.a. Catch me on the pod or catch me outside if I'm able to get around this weekend. But yeah, man, like I said, man, I'm the easiest accessible guy that you're not gonna see Gary. Gary is a ghost, so you might as well talk to me.
Called me a duppy.
It is spooky season. So.
Well, I go by the name of Gary, a.k.a. In Gary We Trust, a.k.a. Black Creator, a.k.a. Hey, don't be safe out here.
Yeah, man, spooky season.
For real, man. And we'll catch y'all the next time.
Yeah, and this has been
These are the aesthetics. Peace.
Yeah.